Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow enthusiasts of inspiration and leadership, I'm Ahmed Asim, Education Manager at Teach for Lebanon. I'm embarking on my fourth year with an organization that feels like home and part of an amazing team that feels like family. Unfortunately, due to the conflict near where I live in southern Lebanon, I'm unable to join you in person today. So I'm sharing our breakthrough with you from my living room as I bring you a leadership story that's anything but ordinary, a tale of grit, resilience, and the profound power of leadership in times of adversity. Now, we've all had moments at work when it feels like we're juggling flaming swords while riding a unicycle over a pit of hungry alligators. But today, I won't regale you with my circus skills, tempting as it may be. No, today I'm here to share a remarkable leadership shift that unfolded at the heart of Teach for Lebanon. Let me paint the backdrop for you. We've always recognized the leadership potential within our fellows, brimming with enthusiasm and ready to make a positive impact. However, when our country faced a series of unfortunate events, from a devastating port explosion to an unending political turmoil, a global pandemic, and a crippling financial crisis, we saw an opportunity to embody the kind of leadership we wish to see in our organization and our fellows. Amidst the chaos, we continued to listen to our fellows as we collectively navigated monumental challenges our country faced. Teachers' salaries plummeted from around $1,000 per month to a meager $70 to $150. Shortages in fuel and medicine left people waiting for hours. Power outages became the norm, and social security and medical coverage became elusive. These events shook the very foundations of our country and the communities we serve. Our once passionate fellows began to lose their way. They were burdened with concerns for their own survival and that of their families, and their aspirations for themselves and their students were overshadowed by harsh realities. It was a storm we were all enduring, and it was tough to witness. The numbers on the screen only tell part of the story. But in times of turmoil, leaders rise. We knew we needed a change, something bold and courageous. We realized that well being needed to be at the core of everything we did. However, it wasn't just about the program itself, it was about how it could be run. We needed the well being program conceived and nurtured by our fellows who were living through these challenges. We relinquished power and the need to have all the answers. So we took a leap of faith and empowered a group of lead fellows to design a well being program for themselves and for future cohorts. We didn't dictate what to do. Instead, we created space for them to learn through practice. We were there to support, provide feedback, stand by them when they made mistakes, and encourage their creative solutions. These lead fellows wore multiple hats, serving their colleagues and realizing the bigger picture, how both them and Teach for Lebanon were part of something greater. They took charge and ownership, becoming leaders of change and challenging their own realities and those of their colleagues. They became the voice and support of their peers, helping others feel seen, supported, and valued, while also being there for each other. These fellows planned and implemented well-being related activities, created a peer-led support system that carefully collects fellows' concerns and challenges and takes them through the right channels to be solved. They engage in creating knowledge-sharing sessions and facilitated them during the official TFL professional development. Last but not least, they put their heart and soul in a well-being guidebook that serves as a constant reminder to everyone at TFL that our well-being comes first. The impact was remarkable. All Teach for Lebanon fellows reported feeling represented by lead fellows, and the leads themselves grew as their responsibilities expanded. It was a transformation like no other. Our fellows reignited their passion, reclaimed their sense of purpose, and regained their self-worth. They became architects of their own well-being, and it was a sight to behold. This well-being program helped fellows rediscover their purpose, and well-being practices became an integral part of all Teach for Lebanon classrooms. With rekindled passion, fellows' careers found their trajectory once more. Many who had been struggling discovered their calling and being entrusted with something larger than themselves, and that was enough to inspire excellence. This well-being program showcased the power of relinquishing control and watching it flourish in capable hands of others. In times of adversities, we realized that our fellows didn't need protection. They needed a challenge and an active role in being part of the solution. They needed to care for others to remember how to care for themselves and vice versa. They needed empowerment, a voice, and an opportunity to feel alive again. As my story unfolds, it's not just about the well-being program. It's about investing in leadership potential of our fellows. We extended this model to our climate education program, Planet B, where a group of fellows led the charge in making Teach for Lebanon, its fellows and students climate aware through innovative and practical means, including integrating climate education into the Lebanese curriculum. These fellows share the passion for the planet, uniting to create climate-related resources available for their peers to use in the classrooms. Our climate education leader, a second-year fellow, represented Teach for Lebanon and Lebanon itself and the Conference of Parties and Conference of Youth, engaging with leaders from around the world and returning to share valuable insights with colleagues and peers. Planet B served as a further proof of the positive impact of this leadership shift, reinforcing our belief and empowering our fellows to flourish. So, as we navigate life's treacherous tightrope, remember that the most remarkable leadership shifts often occur when we pause and refrain from trying to find all the solutions ourselves. Thank you for joining me on this exhilarating leadership journey, where circus acts and life lessons intersect. By empowering others and trusting instincts, as you trust your own, you're not just shaping leaders, you're shaping a brighter future. Now, taking it back to you, where in your work and life can you extend the trust to lead to others? And who has placed this trust in you? And what kind of impact did it have on you?